morning. It's no secret that my previous decade's look, oh, Louis crying, can you hear him? Yeah. You guys were too nice to him in my PR haul and now he just thinks that he's the star of the channel. It's no secret that my previous decade's look, the 30s look, was not my favorite at all. Oh god, I'm so happy that finally we are up to 40s because we can have somewhat normal eyebrows, which is really nice. I'm very excited about that. 1940s, I think it's like the start of the pin-up era, right? We've got red lips, we've got a lighter eye, a more natural kind of eyebrow look, fuller lips too. They actually started overlining the lips rather than underlining. Like, thank you 1920s, 1930s. Like, I did not like your lip shades whatsoever. I'll list my 1920s and 1930s look down below. We're gonna try and do hair as well today, which that's usually the part that's a total fail, but at least you guys enjoy watching me fail, right? I'm always like, oh, I feel bad, like I can't do it perfectly, it's not a perfect tutorial. But in reality, like, that's why you guys watch me, because you like to see me struggle, I swear. Okay, are you done? Are you done? Oh my god. So yeah, I'm so excited. I've got some inspiration on my phone as always. I'll pop up on the screen as we go. And once again, just for anyone that's new to my channel, hey, you should subscribe. This is not a historically accurate look. This is just me having fun and trying out makeup styles from different decades, putting my twist on it, and yeah, just being inspired by the research that I've been able to find. So let's get started. To start, I'm going to prime, and this has got me thinking, do you guys still enjoy watching favorites videos and empties videos? I've got like 50 empties to do a video on. Do you still like them? Do you like favorites? I don't know anymore. But anyways, we're using the Cloud Complexion by Revolution. This is unreal. I love this. This is like definitely a huge favorite at the moment. I'm just going to massage that all over my face. It makes my skin feel so smooth and moisturized, like fills in any uneven texture as well, and it just like makes my skin look so fresh. I love it. Now I think 1940s was more powder. I think it was when there was compact powders, so you know, like the typical pressed powders that we use today, and then I think 1950s, the next video, was more like liquids and creams, and then they would start setting it, so the coverage was higher in the 1950s than the 1940s. That's what I've gathered from my research. So I might even like try to do something just with, yeah, pressed powder, some concealer, like just tidy up my skin so that it's still a little bit natural. From what I gather, the 1940s compared to the 1950s, because the looks are a little bit similar, I think the 1950s was a bit more dramatic in terms of like winged liner, more mascara on the bottom lashes, thicker coverage and things, whereas the 1940s was like very glam bombshell, but a little bit more minimal. Yeah, I think it was like when there was wars, fashion was very like military, like shoulder pads once again, like hourglass, but like structured and everything. The war era, so they weren't spending as much time on glam, like it was simple. It was still glam, but it was simple glam. Let's start out. I'm just going to conceal where I need it, so around my eyes and these little blemishes I have today. I'm going to use my Hourglass Vanish Flawless Concealer. This is in the shade Cedar. I love this concealer. I'm just going to apply that where I need it, just to cover up pimples under the eyes a bit, and I'll blend that just like above as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my sponge and just tap that out. I'm just going to blend any excess that's on my sponge just kind of like down the bottom of my cheeks a little bit. What was your favorite era of makeup, guys? I'm really looking forward to like the 80s, like 70s, 80s, and I'm also looking forward to the 90s, and I also want to do 2000s, which makes me think like Paris Hilton, like shimmery, glimmery makeup. I'm so excited for that too. But this video and the next one, which will be like true like Marilyn Monroe, I guess, are like exciting me. Like I'm past the part where I'm like, oh, and now I'm getting very excited because it's more my kind of style of makeup and like what I think is visually appealing on my face. Hopefully you guys found the last two videos entertaining, because I definitely looked very different and it was so far out of my comfort zone that I really just did not vibe it whatsoever. So you can see I've just evened out my skin like almost completely with that product, and now we're gonna go in with our powder. But first I just want to like show you this little pop-up that I found. It says here, this was from like a vintage website, it says foundation a shade darker than your natural. which is interesting because like beforehand I feel like they really favored the porcelain skin look. I've got no fake tan on right now, so you can see my face already with the concealer is a little bit darker, so we're just going to run with that kind of tone. We have NC20 here by MAC Studio Fix powder. This is a really good powder foundation. You can use it alone, or of course you can use it on top to set, but today we're going to use alone. When I'm using a powder foundation like just alone, I love my kabuki brush. This is XO Beauty and it just like applies so nicely. So I'm going to start with tapping. Gosh, I love that Hourglass concealer. It's so nice. I'm just making sure to really buff it in so it looks like my skin. Okay, that's definitely a shade darker than my chest. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if that was a common thing or if that's just this like one website that I'm looking at or like what. Oh my gosh, I really need a haircut. I've got such wispy ends right now. It's just growing so ridiculously quick. Look at those roots. I just got my hair done like not that long ago. Oh my god, now on this one it says foundation a shade darker, powder, plenty of powder, still a shade lighter. How am I so confused? I don't know. Anyways, we're just gonna roll with what we've done here because some websites I saw they like favored powder foundation. Oh, here we go. Pancake or a light liquid foundation for base. Whatever. I feel like it's looking okay. So now using brow brushes, brow pencils and things. They like to make sure their eyebrows were well manicured. They aren't too thick or anything. It's very natural. If anything, like perhaps a little bit thicker on the inner and a little bit thinner on the ends, which is kind of like how my natural eyebrows actually are shaped. I'm going to use one of my current favorite brow pencils, which is the little P. Louise one. I'm just going to brush the hairs first, and then using the brow pencil on the other end, I'm going to just really gently fill in the brows and make sure that they're nice and even, keeping them a little bit thinner on the tail. So very similar to my natural brows, as you can see. The eye makeup gradually became minimal. The eyeshadow was light, dark mascara and liner were only highlighted. I don't get what that means. If you look at pictures, they had like a light liner like across the entire eyelid. It wasn't really winged out very often. I think that's more like the 1950s once again, like when it really got into like the Marilyn Monroe era, like the Hollywood glam. Whereas 1940s, yeah, it's like lashes on the top and like just soft neutrals on the eyes. So let's get started. Let's use some Charlotte Tilbury today because this gives me glamour vibes. So this palette is the Instant Eye Palette. I'm going to start with a blender brush and I'm going to take a lightish kind of brownish color. Let's take this one right here from the Day Eye, and I'm just going to brush that across the lid and up to the crease. I did see that they use Vaseline still like the last decade to highlight the lips, the eyes and things like that. Thankfully we don't have to do that anymore because Vaseline pretty much just like removes product. Just popping that all over. And I might just mix in a little bit of the Desk Eye just to warm up the appearance a little bit. And then I'm going to take a dark color, so let's just do this one right here, and I'm going to do the liner look that goes all the way across the upper lash line, and it just stops at the outer corner by the looks of it. And I'm not going for black because it did say that it was still kept quite light. I'm pretty sure this was roughly the era where like Estee Lauder started popping up as well, like became a thing. I'm not sure what products they started with. Now we're keeping the bottom clean, but I am going to just put in some nude eyeliner into my waterline. So I'm pink as all heck. I have the worst hay fever. Just pretty much all the time now. It's just like a time-long thing. I wonder if I'm allergic to my dogs or something. Imagine how tragic that would be. I would rather just live with hay fever for the rest of my life if it meant that I was allergic to dogs. Like, wait, does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I could ever get rid of my dogs. I feel like no one's allergic to dogs though. Usually it's cats, right? Are any of you guys allergic to dogs? What are you allergic to in general? I'd love to know. I don't think I'm allergic to anything except like cheap earrings, but even then like I still wear them. I just have to take them out like after a couple of hours. It's not like a proper allergic reaction, you know. I'm not gonna like go to hospital. Alright, let's do mascara. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift today. I don't know if I'm gonna use falsies or not. I might. We'll just see how we go with the look. I love this mascara, it's so nice. Maybelline just does great mascaras, right? See, the thing is, this eye right here is losing its eyelashes. Like I must be in the end of my lash cycle. And I've got like huge gaps. So these lashes are not as pretty as the other side. And we're not gonna do the bottom lashes. Or I might just like do a little bit of like a tinted mascara just so that you can kind of see my lashes but they're not a focus. So to use that, I'm going to use my tinted lash primer. It's called their Real Tinted Lash Primer by Benefit. I'm just going to apply a tiny amount just on the bottom so that you can see my lashes, but once again, they just don't look as intense as the top. They look more natural. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to do some falsies on the top because this huge gap right here is really bothering me. I think I'll just use the Romantic by XO Beauty. I haven't worn these ones in a little while. Very natural. Before and after. So my lashes look much more full. Still quite natural, but obviously just more glam and together and less gappy, which is perfect. So that eye is literally, I think, exactly what we were looking for. I'm just going to go over the lash band real quick with some more dark shadow just to make sure the glue is completely covered. It is still kind of low-key drying, so don't mind that. So that small little step literally makes the biggest change, like in any makeup application that you're using falsies. It transforms you. Just getting rid of that shiny glue line. Like, it makes it look so much more polished. Alright, and it also says beige highlighting on the eyes, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this color and just highlight my brow bone and inner corner a little bit just to brighten it up. So I'm using a short shadow brush. I'm just going to press that ever so gently into the brow bone. Super natural. And a little bit just on the center of the eye just to make my eye look bigger. So it doesn't say anything about bronzer or contour. I did see one article said something about contouring, but like bronzer's still not really a thing, just more blush. But I might wait till the end to do the blush. We'll see what lip color we do. I might just do a smidgen of contouring because my face needs it, sis. I'm going to use a contour fan brush. I'm going to use this color by Revolution right here just so I can get a really natural look, because I kind of just want it to look like real. I don't want it to look like I've contoured. Just flicking that right underneath the cheekbone. And to make myself feel a bit less self-conscious, I'm going to apply just a small smidgen down my nose as well, just to kind of contour my nose. Alright, on the lips I saw a few places saying that the lips were lined with pencil and like overlined, especially the top lip. So the bottom lip was kind of left as is, but the top lip was always overlined, and it's kind of like how I normally do my lips, I guess. But they've got that really wide, like kind of bowed lip shape often. Really soft curved cupid's bow. Oranges and reds ruled, but there were some dark shades as well. But yeah, most popular were oranges and reds. Alright, so I've got olive lip pencil here, and I'm overdrawing the top lip, going right above my natural lip and keeping that really soft, and then joining at the outer corner. And then the bottom lip is not overlined. Sometimes I overline the bottom edges, but today I won't do that. So very similar to how I always kind of do my lips. My bottom lip's kind of biggish already, so like in some of the styles, some of these women had like a bigger top lip than bottom lip, whereas that's not really going to work for me unless I go like crazy. So this is Dolce Vita by XO Beauty, which is like one of my favorite reds. It's so rich. Alright, now blush. I think I'm going to take a blend of these colours just here. So this is Panic by NARS. I'm not sure if these still sell these, the dual intensity blushes, but I'm going to use a Shimmer Tulip brush, and then it was more the apple of the cheek that they focused on. So I'm starting on the apple and kind of just blending it upward, and then the same on this side. Oh my gosh, I look so young when I have blush like this. I'm just using my powder brush to blend. And this is not something that they did as far as I know, but I'm going to set my face just so that all of the powders look less powdery. And this is the Pretty Fresh setting spray, my favorite. Alright, I think it looks pretty good. It's still not the kind of makeup I would normally do. I would prefer bronzer, contouring, a highlight, a bit of shimmer on the eyes. I feel like compared to the 1920s and the 1930s, this is a walk in the park, and I would happily leave the house looking like this still. Now to finish off the look, we need to do the hair. So I'm going to grab my curling wand. We're going to attempt to do victory rolls. I'm pretty sure that was a 1940s thing, was it? I don't know. I'm just like going off like pictures I found on Pinterest and stuff like that, so sorry if this isn't completely accurate. And then hopefully for the next video we can do like, you know, Marilyn Monroe curls or something like that. So what I'm going to do is begin by curling my hair away from my face like I normally would. So first I'm going to brush, and I am so pale right now. I'm so excited for summer. I feel like I've not been in the sun in months. I'm using this Numi hairstyling wand with this like smallish curl size, and keep dropping it. Yeah, I'm just going to curl all around my hair like this. we're gonna have curls kind of like that, which is perfect. I'm not too worried about getting the like root of my hair, mostly just like the mid-lengths and ends. So my hair looks like so short now. Oh my god, how did I miss all that? I think that'll be fine though, because that's going to be the back section anyway, which is going to go down. I looked up a YouTube tutorial. I'll link one down below, as well as any relevant information that inspired me. It will be linked. So now what we are doing is brushing out the hair so the curls kind of mix and soften. Before you do that, it reminds me of like school prom and like friggin' year 2000 and something, I don't know. Like back when I was at high school and would curl our hair with GHDs, but we wouldn't like soften the curl. You just like rock like ringlets to the prom, which is always fun to look back on. Okay, and then apparently what we're gonna do is brush it in the direction that we want the hair to go. And then I'm going to take 2 fingers and start to like wind my hair around. This is gonna be a disaster. Knowing me and my luck for friggin' hairstyles, I swear. And I'm taking it off my fingers. Oh god. Oh no. See what I mean? I need it to go this way. Oh my gosh. I really need like longer arms for this. My hair's so long. I feel like that was so close. I'm just gonna pin it and see what it looks like. I honestly feel like it's passable. It looks a little bit Disney villain. But this is me we're talking about, right? I'm gonna just like fake it till I make it with this one, because it's kind of like bung. Oh no. It's definitely just like all so wrong. Let's just roll with it, because that's so hard and this side's like starting to fall. Honestly, I could never be a hairdresser in like any planet ever. I'm taking my leftover hair, brushing it out super well so that all the curls are just kind of like together. Same on this side. I think I put too much hair in this one, but I feel like you can tell the vibes I was going for, right? Like you can tell it's supposed to be some kind of vintage. It's just a bit off. The more I look at it, the more wrong it looks. I should have just done one like in the front maybe. Should I try that? What have I done? This is looking more and more 90s. Like the more I mess with my hair, it starts looking like I've got one of those friggin' 90s. Like what is that? When are we just gonna get to like normal hairstyles, honestly? Like I feel like the next one's not gonna be so bad. Ugh, this is so hard, you guys. I feel like it was probably better before I took it out. I mean, that one's kind of good. I'm just getting to the point where I'm just like smashing it into itself. I'm not even rolling it properly because I'm just like angry. You know what, that's not right at all, but it's gonna do because that's probably the best we can get. Thank you so much for watching my 3rd look from the series. I'm looking forward to the next one a lot, so let me know if you guys are still keen to see it, if you want me to continue this series. Are you enjoying it, or do you think it's literally stupid because I fail so badly? You guys let me know, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!